Come rain or sunshine, this purple truck arrives at the Hunts Point Food Market at least twice a week. The team is here to collect any fresh produce that didn't make the cut for the supermarket. The need for food assistance, according to the New York Common Pantry, has reached numbers even higher than during the pandemic.
We've seen 25% increases over last year, and last year we were at pandemic levels. So right now, because of inflation and also the migrant crisis, it's driving our levels to, we've never seen this many people come to need our services.
A study by the Natural Resources Defense Council found that about 68% of all food discarded was still considered edible in 3 U.S. cities. In New York City, about 54% of food waste was generated in residential areas, and only 20% of this waste was generated by restaurants and caterers. 3.9 million tons of wasted food ends up in landfills. But as the need for food increases, so does the need for greater intervention.
The problem is that people shouldn't have to think about where their next meal is coming from, right? This is not something that you should have to think about in this stage of our life, and one of the richest cities in the world is where you're going to get your next meal. And everybody should be entitled to a healthy, nutritious, and nutrient-dense meal at any time.
Nearly 1.5 million New Yorkers now experience food insecurity. Experts believe government intervention is needed.
We really need a more coordinated response and an understanding that it's not necessarily an emergency food system. It really is a problem in the city that we need to deal with, not on an emergency basis, but on an everyday basis. As rent goes up, as costs of things go up, people don't have money for food, and that becomes more and more difficult.
And that's exactly what the team at the New York Common Pantry is trying to do. Day in and day out, they are packaging these meals to distribute to some 100 mobile sites across New York and Yonkers, a northern suburb. While organizations like the New York Common Pantry manage to feed thousands daily, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's just not enough initiatives like this one to catch the food waste in time and distribute it to the most vulnerable and needy in the city. Jody, CGTN, New York.